C.B. Cebulski, the editor-in-chief at Marvel, has to be the worst hype man in the history of hype men. He is ridiculously bad. First of all, he rolls out this Marvel issue 1000, which, when kind of cornered on it, basically he comes into, it's just basically a made-up number. We wanted to roll out 1,000. What he's not saying is basically, hey, Action Comics and Detective Comics both rolled out 1,000. And they sold well, so we're going to do it now, even though we're completely making up the number. Then he follows that clown show with this countdown, the Spider-Man countdown. They got everybody hyped and excited for probably one of the biggest letdowns in recent memory. So for those of you who may not be versed on what's going on Twitter or social media or anything, C.B. Cebulski posted this 4 days ago, or I guess it was about 5 days ago by now, but 4 days out from the release of this information, he started with 4. So the internet instantly went nuts, thinking that we were going to get the Raimi Spider-Man done in a comic book form, and everybody's pretty excited about it. Thought that'd be pretty cool. Well, then it went to 3, and then 2, and then 1. Of course, everybody realizing it's a countdown, they're like, "What are we going to get? Why did we start at 4? Oh my gosh!" And then we got it. And here's what we got. We got news that J.J. Abrams was going to be doing a Spider-Man book with his son. And that was it. They're going to introduce a new villain. Yay. And I'll talk about my thoughts on that here in a minute. But the first thing I want to do is start my own countdown. My own countdown is a countdown of things I would have rather had C.B. Cebulski announce other than this Abrams project. So starting with number 4, what's the biggest thing that can get people excited and hyped for a Spider-Man comic? Bringing back the Todd father. Todd McFarlane coming back for some type of limited run on Spider-Man would have everybody hyped right now, especially capitalizing off his soon-to-be release of Spawn number 300. If C.B. Cebulski was serious about making a run for 1 million comic books sold, he would bring Todd McFarlane in and he would sit him down at the table and tell him, what do you want to do and how much do you want to do it? Todd McFarlane returning to Spider-Man would bring people back to LCSs that haven't been there in years. Not only that, you want to sell a variant cover, put Todd McFarlane doing a couple covers on this thing and it would be absolutely amazing. Coming in at number 3 on our list is doing exactly what everyone thought you were going to do when the number 4 first popped up. And that's do the comic book version of the Raimi Spider-Man number 4. Just do the freaking book. Get them in there. The script already exists. Everything, just adapt it to a comic book and release it. Do it if you have to do it in 2 or 3 books, 4, however many you got to do. Just put the freaking book out. People will buy it up because a lot of nostalgia is out there right now for Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Plus, you're riding the hype of a Far From Home movie. That just makes too much sense. And when you stop to think about it, there's a reason the internet went that way, and it's because that is what people want. That is what people desire. When they saw that, that's what their mind immediately went to because it's something they want. Just follow the breadcrumbs, man. Coming in at number 2 would be just an absurdly goodwill gesture to local comic book shops. And that's if Marvel announced that with every ticket purchased for Spider-Man Far From Home, everybody going to see it, and you got your ticket, just like they did for the Venom movie, you would get a Spider-Man comic. And on one of the pages of that Spider-Man comic would be a list of all the local comic shops. All your LCSs would be listed in it. That would be an absolutely fabulous way to try to capitalize on the success that this movie is about to experience. Do it as a legitimate number 1 to something or tie it into something else, but make it to where it's a cliffhanger to where people might actually want to go to the LCS and pick it up and actually buy a comic book for all these millions of people that are going to go watch these MCU movies. Try to capitalize on that. I know, another insane concept. The final one I have is for It's really easy for C.B. Cebulski to do. It's really easy. It would be a beautiful move for Marvel as a whole, but it's not really Spider-Man related. It's let's get Ta-Nehisi Coates off of Captain America. Call Robert Venditti over at DC, who just has been killing it on Hawkman, whose run on Freedom Fighters looks absolutely amazing. I haven't read it yet, but everything I'm hearing is that the guy needs to be writing Captain America. Go get him. I know it's not Spider-Man related, but I mean, I gave you 3 good ones, and you know, honestly, who starts a countdown at 4 anyways? That's retarded. As far as the nepotism piece, I said I would talk about it. Guys, I get one to open doors for your son. I completely understand that. I have a son, I would do anything for him. It's just, this looks really bad. This is in a comic book industry where it's you pay your dues, you move up kind of thing. It's to have somebody walk in the door and you throw a Spider-Man title at him is kind of insane. I get it that it's J.J. Abrams and you're trying to hope that his name will bring people to buy this book into LCSs, maybe, or that you're going to move some copies because J.J. Abrams' name is on it. I don't know if that's the case. I think the backlash to this is going to be a little bit hysterical. I think it's ticked some people off just watching some guy swoop in and say, yeah, you get a title on Batman because of who your dad is. And granted, I think JJ is going to be mostly writing this thing. His son is probably working on him with it. And it is what it is. But guys, whatever you think about it, whatever you think about the kid, you know, his dad just opened a door for him. Don't take the hate out on him. If there's anybody to be mad at on this, it's J.J. Abrams and C.B. Cebulski. CB for this fake hype machine that he just created, this being that out of touch with the with your customers to think that this would go over well. And then J.J. Abrams, I mean, if you wanted your son to get a gig at Marvel, I mean, there's no reason he couldn't have done some kind of internship. You could have swung your weight in a different way and got him exposure to the business. That's a lot more normal than saying, hey, I'm going to put my son on a Spider-Man title or get my son put on a Spider-Man title. And that's the way it's going to be. It's kind of lousy, man. But that's all I got, guys. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, help me level up in this game of YouTube. Leave a like, and always I want to hear your comments down below. Love talking and chat with you guys about this stuff. So what'd you think? 1 through 3 was kind of serious. It would have been, I think, great initiatives for Marvel to take. Number 4, the last one, I wouldn't mind them doing either. But guys, that's all I got. Appreciate you listening. Real Comic Stacks out.